welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Bree, coming back to you with another video. I kind of just wanted to get on and just kind of talk about our journey thus far with this pregnancy. So it's been a little wild and completely unlike what we had for Marla. So if you'd like to know what happened and what's going on thus far, stick around and watch what we talk about. Okay, so first of all, I have been asking Dustin for another baby for a while. It's been Marla's about to be, well, Marla just turned 3 last month. So I've been asking Dustin for a baby since Marla had turned like 1, but he wasn't with it. So I went to cosmetology school, and while I was in school, I was just bugging him about let's have another baby. So his objection was wait till you finish school. So I graduated cosmetology school in December of 2019. Whoop, whoop. And I was like, so what's up? Let's go. And his objection next was, let's wait until Marla's 4. So at this point, I'm like, all right, you just don't want another one at this point. Which I knew he didn't want one for a while, but I was hoping, like, you know, he'd be like, well, since you worked hard, so let's just go ahead. But that was not the case. Anyway, so fast forward to February. We done got past Christmas. We done got past the New Year's, and then we're in February. February 23rd is our wedding anniversary. So we sent Miles to stay with her grandparents for the weekend, and we celebrated like most married couples would do. You know, take us out to eat. We stayed in the hotel, got to enjoy each other because he works a lot. So any little time that we just get to like be alone, we kind of just be chilling, honestly. But fast forward from there, and 2 weeks later I conceived, but I didn't know. So we're going through February, and we get to March. March is my birthday month, March 25th, and I was drinking for my birthday. And I didn't know I was pregnant this whole time. So, and I hadn't had a cycle yet, which honestly didn't make no difference to us because I can honestly go like maybe 2 months, and then another month I'll be okay. My OB was like, you fine, you know, you don't have to worry about that. So we get to April, and at this point I'm like feeling like crap. Like I'm like nauseous, and I don't throw up or, you know, even gag. I don't do none of that. So I'm like nauseous. I can't eat anything. I'm like drinking Sprites and waters, and that's pretty much it. And I tell Dustin, well, what if I'm pregnant? And he's like, well, we'll take a pregnancy test in a few weeks, and we'll just like go from there or whatever. And so I'm like, I feel like I'm pregnant though. And I was telling my best friend Tony, and I was like, my best friend Tony she was actually pregnant at the time, like far along in her pregnancy. And I was like, what if I'm pregnant? And she was like, pregnancy pack, I told you we was gonna get pregnant together. And I'm like, I don't know. And so we get to like, I told Dustin that if I throw up one more time, like, I'm gonna take a test. And so I have been bugging him about going to go get a test. And a Sunday morning, I can't think of the exact date, but I got up, we were cleaning up, his family was coming over. Actually, I think it was for Easter. His family was coming over, and he was like, okay, well, we gotta clean up and all this other stuff. And right before they got there, I just like went to the bathroom. I hadn't eaten anything, hadn't drank anything, and I just threw up everything into the toilet. And I was like, I'm going to go get a pregnancy test. Like, that's not an option. So he was like, okay, get dressed, go get a pregnancy test, and then come back and we'll take them. So I was like, okay. So I went to Walmart, and I came back. I bought 2 pregnancy tests that were the clear blue, and it was the electronic ones that tell you either say not pregnant or to say pregnant. Now right before I had Mila, I really wanted a baby, and we like afterwards I would go and like take pregnancy tests if I felt like a little bit of sick, and it would literally tell me not pregnant. So I trust this test with my life at this point, because it's like, you know, been very clear before that I'm not pregnant. And so his family is here, his mom and his dad is here, and they're chilling and they're playing with Mila. And I drink a bunch of water because I'm trying to, you know, get ready. And I go to the bathroom, I take the pregnancy test, and I'm sitting there and I'm shaking and I'm thinking, well, God, if you don't want me to have a baby, then this pregnancy test is going to be not pregnant, and I'll be okay with it. But I looked over and both of the two pregnancy tests said pregnant. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. So I take a picture of the pregnancy test and I text them to my best friend. And I'm like, because I text her before I went to the store, and I was like, I'm about to go get pregnancy test today. And she was like, it's going to say you're pregnant, so don't even worry about it. You don't even got to go waste your money. And I was like, Tony, I'm about to go get them, so just shut up and wait for me to text you. So I text her the picture, and she was like, oh my gosh. So she calls my phone, and we talking, and I come out of the bathroom, and I'm looking at my phone because I hadn't showed Dustin nothing yet. I'm looking at my phone. I got the picture, but I got my AirPod in and I'm talking to Tony. And he comes around the corner and he's like, you took the pregnancy test? And I was trying my hardest to keep a straight face, but I guess I just suck at it because he could see through me. And so he was like, you took the pregnancy test? And I was like, what? And he was like, you took the pregnancy test. What'd it say? And so I just pulled out the picture on my phone, and I literally just showed him it. Both of them said pregnant. Like, literally, it was like one and another one. And he started smiling, which was completely opposite from Mila, because when I told him I was pregnant with Mila, I actually texted it to him because he was at work. He didn't text me back at all that day, like at all. And when he got home, I was like, did you get my text message today? And he was like, about what? And I was like, that I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh yeah, I got it. And then that was kind of like the end of that conversation. And then he really didn't like get into like getting excited about the baby with Mila until we had our first doctor's appointment and he got to hear the baby's heartbeat. And after that, it was pretty much like up from there. Like he was just always, and now she's a daddy's girl, so whatever. So but with this baby, he was super excited. He was like smiling and he was like, I'm gonna tell my mama. And I was like, because his mom was in the living room, but I was like, can I tell my mama first? Like, I'm the one pregnant, bro. And so he was like, I'm just excited, I need to tell him. And I was like, fine. So he walks in the living room and he tells them that I'm pregnant, and they're like, really? And I guess his stepdad thought that he was lying because he kept saying, are you serious? And even like weeks after that, he'd be like, so what's going on? Dustin was like, what do you mean what's going on? She pregnant? Like, what? So then I told my mom, and she was excited. I showed her the pictures, and she was excited. Mila and her grandma her grandma, she calls her Mimi, not my mom. They are super close, best friends. If she don't want to go with Dustin, then she probably want to go with my mama. And if she don't want to go with my mama, then she trying to go with Dustin or Dustin's mama. So that's her, Mimi's grand. That's what she call her. So I know she was excited about having another grandbaby to spoil, because I'm her first daughter that has, or even child that has a kid. So fast forward from there, I don't have any insurance at this point. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to get some insurance. So we tried to go through the like food stamps people, so it's Texas benefits people, and basically they said Dustin made too much money for us to get any benefits. So we were like, fine, even though, you know, you're supposed to service pregnant women, but I'm not gonna fight them. So next I went to the marketplace, and it's crazy because even with all of the tax benefits that we can get with healthcare, my insurance is still costing us about $195 a month, which for some people that's not a lot, but it's just me on the healthcare plan, because Mila's on Dustin's healthcare plan, which it was April, May, so I can't just get on his insurance plan. You gotta wait till open enrollment. And so me and Dustin went back and forth for a few weeks. It was like just kind of like frustrated with each other, because he would rather me just wait and talk to Texas benefits and try to get the, you know, most reasonable price instead of paying the $195. But at this point I'm like 2 to 3 months pregnant, and I want to see a doctor. Like, I saw a doctor with Mila at 12 weeks. So I mean, at this point I'm just like, whoa, like we need to get this ball rolling. And so we finally fight enough about it. And he says, go ahead and get the 195 because that's the cheapest one we can find. So I'm like, okay. So I get it, and basically I couldn't get it until June 1st. Now it's May, still like the middle of May, and I'm like, well, I need to like know something. So I go to this women's clinic, and they were amazing. I can't remember what the name. I think it was like Texas Metroplex Women's Clinic or something like that. They were amazing. Even though we're in the middle of COVID-19, they didn't make me feel no different than how it usually would be, other than the fact that, of course, they can't shake your hand or hug you, and you know they have to take your temperature. But I mean, that's fine. You got to wear a mask. I'm fine. I'm chewing on gum most of the time anyway, so don't even worry about it. So I go in, do the test, the pregnancy test. Of course, the pregnancy test comes back positive, so I am pregnant at this point. And at that point, I think, even though I took the pregnancy test, in the back of my mind, I was still like, what if I'm not pregnant? And Dustin's like, you're pregnant, so don't even worry about it. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know for sure. And so take the pregnancy test, and then they have a lady come in there and talk to me just to see where I am. Because some women don't want to keep their kids. Some women would rather give their kids up for adoption, and some women would rather have abortions. But I don't think with Milo or this baby, abortion was never an option, because I wanted both of them, you know. And any other kid we have, I'm going to want that kid. So, but they came in to talk to me about it, and I was like, y'all ain't got to worry, I'm keeping this baby. And so the lady was super nice. She asked could she pray with me, and I told her yes, of course. I would never tell you no. I've been in church all my life, so you can come and pray with me. So she said, well, do you want to get a free sonogram today? And I was like, free? Yes, because sonograms ain't cheap. So they gave me the sonogram, and basically they showed me the baby, and the baby was super healthy. Baby was actually fighting with the lady that was doing the sonogram. Every time the lady would like push down to like see the baby would like kick and then turn over. So she was like, you got a little feisty baby. And I was like, Mila's one too, so I'm not very doubtful that that's what it is. So let's fast forward, and we get to June, and I got insurance now, and my card has not came in yet at this point, and my insurance card hasn't came in. And so they tell me it's okay, just print one offline, and then you can use that one. So I'm like, okay, cool. So let's see, that was maybe June 12th, I think. No, it was before June 12th, because right before Miles' birthday. It was a Monday before Miles' birthday, and I had a doctor's appointment, and at that point, I believe I'm 15 weeks pregnant. So of course they can tell the gender if you got a good OB, you know. So I'm excited. I'm going into this appointment. I'm talking to the receptionist. She gives me all this paperwork. I fill all of it out, hand it to her. She asked me to fill out a few other papers. So I'm in the middle of filling out the other few papers. And she calls me up there, and she's like, Ambria? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And I walk up there, and she says, you're pregnant? And I say, yeah, I think I said that on the phone, and it's on my paper. And she says, oh, this doctor doesn't see pregnant patients. And I said, okay, that's fine. And literally just straight voice like that. And it's crazy because I had text Dustin when I walked in, and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to find another doctor. And he was like, why? And I was like, I don't know just yet, but I feel like I'm gonna have to get another doctor, so I'll text you afterwards. And so when she tells me that she doesn't see pregnancy patients, I say that's fine, you know. Because, well, I go to the car basically, and I'm like on the way to the car, and I'm calling Dustin, and Dustin's out of town for work, and we're on the phone. I'm walking to the car. One, I'm out of breath, and two, I'm trying to keep my emotions at bay. And Dustin says, babe, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. We'll get you another doctor. And it, like, whenever he said that, my, like, emotions just let go or whatever. So I'm, like, on the phone, like, trying not to let him know I'm crying. But I'm crying, basically. And he can hear it in my tone. That's just how we are with each other. And so he's like, babe, don't worry about it. Like, don't cry. And I'm like, I'm just, like, really frustrated because at this point I don't know what's going on with my kid. I mean, I saw the baby a few weeks ago, but that was a minor appointment. Like, She couldn't really tell me anything. All she could do was measure the baby and basically show me the baby, let me hear the heartbeat, and that's pretty much it. But I want somebody, you know, to tell me like what exactly is going on. Plus, he was out of town, and I was planning on doing this whole gender box for him because I'm 15 weeks pregnant, and I'm just thinking, you know, he can at this point know what the gender is when he comes back, and I just had it all figured out, and that just blew up in my face. So he's still on the phone trying to calm me down. And at this point, I tell him I'm gonna call him back because I need to like look for another doctor on my insurance plan. So we hang up or whatever, and I start looking on the insurance website to see if I can find another doctor, basically. So I find another doctor, and I make an appointment, but the appointment is not for another month. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well, basically it's about 3 weeks away at that point. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll just take that appointment and whatever. And so that leads us to today. So I'm supposed to have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but I called them today because I didn't get a call. And usually doctors call you the day before you have an appointment just to kind of remind you to be there on time and how to get there and all this stuff. So I hadn't got one of those phone calls. So I called them. I was on hold for, I want to say about 35 minutes maybe. And I was about to hang up, but I was like, you know what? I need to find out this information because I don't know where this lady's office is. Well, I know where her office is, but she has 4 different offices. So where am I supposed to meet you at? So I call them, and the lady answers the phone, and basically she's like, I basically tell her I have an appointment tomorrow with this doctor. I just wanted to make sure that it's actually tomorrow, which location to go to, and what time it's at. And after taking all my information down, she basically tells me that they tried to contact me days ago, but the phone wasn't in service. Now, my phone has been in service for I don't know how long. So I told her I have not received a call, and I'm pretty sure if y'all did call, it would have went through, and I know y'all would have left a message, and I probably would have called back. So she tells me that maybe they have the wrong number and to give her my phone number. So I run her my phone number basically, and she tells me they have the wrong phone number. And then she asks me to spell my name for her. So I spell my name out, and she goes, oh yeah, we had you under Andrea, so that's probably why too. And so I'm just like, that's fine, you know, that's okay. So can I come in? And she says, well, we were calling to tell you that we need to reschedule your appointment because your doctor is going on vacation. So I'm like, okay, bro. So when can I reschedule at this point? So we're getting ready to go on vacation, basically. I don't know if we said that in our last video. We're going on vacation. So I was trying to do all of this before we went out of town because it would have been great to do a gender reveal on the beach or even in the backyard where the swimming pool is. And even because we had already planned to start this vlog right before we went out of town. And so it would have been nice to take y'all on that journey. But it kind of made me mad. And I was like, God, at this point, I'm finna have this baby in his bathtub. And I just don't even care no more. Because I'm just over the whole doctor situation at this point. So basically my appointment is not until we get back in town on July the 13th. But anyways, that is my story time about this pregnancy. If you enjoyed this story time about this pregnancy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this. Make sure you turn your post notifications on so you can be updated when we make when we upload our next vlog. And until next time, I love y'all. Peace.